Hello again, everybody. Now, London's ultra-low emission zone is expanding from today. It means thousands more drivers will have to pay £12.50 daily to drive around the capital. So let's find out more about it, should we? Zack Polanski, one of the Green Party's London Assembly members, is with us. Hello to you, Zack. Thanks for joining us. So tell me about the ultra-low emission zone. What is it and who's affected?
Thank you so much, Kay, and thanks for having me on the show. Essentially, clean air is a human right, and the World Health Organization have set targets for what our air should look like, both from a nitrogen dioxide point of view and from particulates. And at the moment, London's air is toxic. Now, the mayor set a low emission zone, ultra low emission zone a few years ago for central London, and that still has not been meeting some of the limits. So in order to make our air cleaner, he's now expanded that zone, which I very much welcome, and that starts from today. It'll affect anyone who isn't driving a compliant vehicle. But of course, changing vehicle is not just the answer here. We need to change how we get around the city. So although this is a step I absolutely welcome, it's necessary, but it's not sufficient. And there's still so much more we need to do to make sure that everyone can breathe clean air.
So how do you know if your vehicle is compliant?
So there's been a website available for quite some time now where you can go on and check that your vehicle is compliant. But I should also say that the majority of Londoners who live in this expanded zone, the vast majority, don't own a car. And of those who do own a car, 80% are already compliant. So most people, this won't affect at all. But to those people who do drive, and that's on the whole wealthy Londoners for obvious reasons, then yes, this is absolutely encouraging a change of behaviour, because we recognise we have the climate summit in just a week's time. And we need to look at the climate emergency generally, and the air pollution crisis is part of that. And we know that rising emissions and air pollution are all causing various problems, whether it's a health crisis or a climate emergency crisis. And with this summit in Glasgow, the eyes of the world are on us, and London can really show global leadership here by making sure we're cleaning up our air and reducing our emissions too.
Do you drive a car?
No, I don't. I ride a bike everywhere, actually. But even that is not the point, because this isn't necessarily about individuals just doing their thing, although that's important too. What we really need here is systemic change, and that's what the mayor's trying to get at. Now, what he does need is more money, because actually we need to make sure that lots of people exempt, for instance, people who are disabled or low-income Londoners. Now, most of them are, but actually Greens on the London Assembly argued for this money a long time ago, and the mayor did listen. He put money in his budget. But the mayor's arguing he doesn't have enough money to make sure that we can help everyone who's struggling. So the government either needs to give the mayor more money, or what I would even prefer is more power, so the mayor can generate his own money, because devolution, more power for London, as all our cities, is so important here.
OK, and you said that it's impacting something like, well, most people who know about it will already know about it, and they won't be caught out. But just to clarify, which area is it now covering as opposed to the area that it was covering yesterday?
So it's pretty much going up to the North Circular and the South Circular, but actually I'd like to see it expand even further, so cover Greater London. And one idea that our Green Assembly members keep putting to the mayor is an idea of going further and having a smart, privacy-friendly, fair road pricing system. What this would do would mean that every car, based on its emissions, the type of vehicle it is, how old it is, where it's driving, the time of day it's driving, the amount you pay would depend on that. I think that would be an even better system looking to the future. But one thing I'd really say to the mayor is he's building more roads. Now, he absolutely can't do that. And one of the things he wants to do is build the Silvertown Road Tunnel. This is a new motorway, essentially, underground in Greenwich, that's going to cost £2.5 billion. It doesn't make sense that he's expanding ULEZ at the same time that he wants to build this road. Expand ULEZ, absolutely, I support that. But no more roads, please. Londoners just don't want them.
OK, it's good to talk to you, Zack. Thanks very much indeed for clarifying the situation with us.
Of having